Hi, we are Madeline and Kat, and we decided to code the game Connect 4.
We decided to make a Connect 4 game that allows for a player to play against a computer-generated player that randomly places chips on the board. The game works through the use of two-dimensional array that simulates a Connect 4 board for the players to view and place their chips on. Objective of the game, place 4 in a row of the same color chips, whether that's across a row, column, or diagonally. Are you smarter than the computer?
One of our main algorithms would probably be the one that assesses the code to find if there is a 4 in a row. The check algorithm takes in 4 different algorithms for the checking of the vertical, which is the rows, the checking of the diagonal on both sides, and the checking of the horizontal. This takes in the rows, columns, and diagonals to see whether or not a chip is located in a spot, and then it goes through the rest of the rows to see if there are other pieces located in spots that would create a Connect 4. It takes in the data of the chip location, and where there's 4 in a row, it stops the game to let the user know if they or the computer won. This is through the use of a bool that signifies when there's 4 in a row, it has been completed. It returns true and ends the game. Another one of our main algorithms was over the dropping of the chip into a row. This involves the user having to select a row that they want their chip to go into, and then the chip had to drop into the row to the next open spot within the row so that it did not overlap another piece. Once the input was given by the user, the code loops through each of the spots of the array to see if it is occupied by either a red or black chip. And once it hits an occupied location, it stops and places it above, or if there are no chips in the row, it loops to the bottom spot. The output is the chips onto the board.
We are now going to open up our code and show you how the game works. So here we will just build the task and run it to show you how the game works a little bit. Here we are met with a blank board and asked to pick a row from 1 to 7. That would be the row that we'd want to drop our chip into. After we enter the row number it's the computer's turn. The code allows for just a quick second for the computer to have its turn, and then it's back to the player. The computer is red or R, and we the player are black or B that appears on the array. Now we can go back and forth between whose turn it is until someone wins the game, when either the computer or the player has connected 4 in a row. Whether that's in a column, row, or diagonally, the computer will stop the game and let them know that the player has either won or lost the game.
As we can see here, the computer won the game by placing 4 in the row on the 7th column. If we had more time to work on this project, here are a few ideas that we brainstormed that we would try and do. We thought of having a computer versus a computer. Since we had included one AI, we thought we could incorporate another to allow for computers to play one another. We're not quite sure when this would be used, but maybe if there was ever to be a Connect 4 tournament online. We also thought of having a player versus a player where 2 people could take turns either on separate computers or allow for 2 different users to supply input on the same computer for where they want their chips to go on the array. We also considered having multiple AIs to choose to play against, and then each AI could have like a different level of difficulty so that if people at different levels of Connect 4 playing could have options for players to play against. And we're not sure how this would work, but this is something that's certainly researchable and would stretch our limits, but could be fun for their development.
The lessons that we learned during this project is that it stretched both our creative and our computer science skills. It made us more comfortable using concepts we learned in class, like creating classes, functions, algorithms, bools, and these were all used to make the code work. Using what we have learned over the course of this class to code, this makes us very proud of how far we have come since the beginning of this course.
Thank you.
Thank you.